Hi, I'm Brent. This is part 2 of our video update on the Liberty Twin Scroll Turbo, taking advantage of the MRT XC Power Kit. And what I've got in front of me now is some of the components that we've removed off the car. You'll remember in our previous video we spoke about the difference between the exhaust manifold, and here it is. So this part here is the left and right hand exhaust outlets from the heads, and you'll see how they go around in twin pipes. They collect as a merging collector into twin pipes, as you'll see this part here, and then that part there again with twin pipes like that goes up to the inlet of the turbo. And again you can see the primary and the secondary inlet pipe to the turbo for the twin scroll turbo, and that's what makes it twin scroll. And you'll see the bottom of the twin scroll turbo. Now I want you to consider and think about those two pipes when we talk about the single scroll turbos, which is more common, because this is the only model sold in Australia by Subaru which had a twin scroll setup. They are quite popular overseas, particularly in Japan with the 2-litre engines, even up to the current model. But in Australia, every other Subaru turbo is single scroll, and I'll show you why. So let's compare. Typical WRX or an STI exhaust manifold. Again, the two outlets of the exhaust manifold collect into a single merged pipe, which is typically, and some people call the crossover pipe. And then this pipe, as you'll see, is a single pipe which goes into an up pipe. And you can have a look at our another video which we recently loaded when we were talking about up pipes, but we won't digress. So the replacement up pipe that we're going to fit is the MRT one with a flexible joint, and you'll notice single inlet from here to the brand new STI turbo, single pipe. So this is a single scroll turbo, and that's the difference between a twin scroll turbo and a single scroll turbo. Now just one thing I'll touch on, someone in the past has replaced the original turbo in this model car with a King-Ogawa turbo, which are a turbo from overseas. Not really the best choice of turbos, a little bit unreliable, but just have a think about some of these turbos, because the twin scroll turbos are notoriously unreliable when you approach 200,000 kilometres, or if you start modifying the car too hard, because they're a very small turbo and they're not designed for increased boost, because that's not what they're designed for. So let's have a look at the back of the car. So you'll notice we've taken all the parts off underneath now. You can see here the outlet of the two sides of the engine, the right hand side head exhaust ports, the left hand head, the place here where the exhausts merge around the bottom of the sump, and then it all comes around and it goes up in behind here, or through there really, to the turbo, and then the turbo comes down. So let's have a look at the parts that we're going to replace it with. On this particular model we're using a split collector off the back of the turbo, which will then bolt onto the replacement downpipe, and then we'll go around to the center pipes and the other rear components right all the way through to the rear mufflers to effectively replace the original factory exhaust system, which is effectively like that, into the original factory cat converter. And of course you can see up above my head the original factory exhaust system. So the next update you'll see we'll get all these parts fitted, and then finally we'll do an update on the dyno with the custom tune. But these cars now, we're talking about a car here that is approaching over 10, 11 years old. You get to considerably carefully choose what you're going to be choosing to upgrade, because remember, twin scroll turbos are not really designed for a dramatic increase in performance, because they've got bottom end performance, not top end performance, so you can't crank them up and get a lot more boost out of it. So we'll talk about some other important information in our next video update, but in the meantime, subscribe to this channel, have a look at the pictures at the bottom, and check out our website, and I'll speak to you in part 3 shortly. Bye for now.